Jeremy, come on, dude. You gotta stop.
Stop what?
You know exactly what. You're talking trash about me to everyone for not going to college. I'm not the only one who's working straight out of high school. Today, practically everyone came up to me asking about why I'm not going to go to college.
I think you need to rephrase that. It's not just you aren't going to college, it's that you can't even get into any colleges. And even if you had the grades, your family is too poor to pay for your college anyway.
That's none of your business. You have no right to tell other people about what goes on with my family.
Why would people who are as poor as your parents even have kids in the first place? They must be pretty irresponsible people. You're even terrible at being poor. Don't they make just enough for you to be ineligible for welfare? On the other hand, my family is loaded. We pay more in tax than what your pathetic family brings home every month. I'm glad you're not on welfare because I'd be pissed if our tax dollars went to you. It'd be like flushing money down the toilet.
That's really harsh. It's not like we choose to not have money or even that we've been tight on money from the beginning. My dad passed away 8 years ago, and then my little brother was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. His treatments are really expensive. Like I said, we aren't in this situation by choice. Yeah, maybe we don't have as much money as other families, but it's not right for you to make fun of something we have no control over.
Shut up with your sob story. Poor people love trying to get other people to feel bad for them. Do you think people are going to take pity on you? The world doesn't work like that.
I don't think that at all. I just can't stand aside and let you talk about my family like we're worthless. You're making it seem like we're just bad at budgeting or something. That couldn't be farther from the truth.
Sure, buddy. Believe whatever helps you sleep at night, no matter which way you want to serve it up. It doesn't change the fact that you're poor. Oh yeah, I heard that you're gonna go work for your uncle's pathetic little company. Everyone laughed when I told them you were going to work there instead of college.
What's wrong with that? It's not a pathetic company. It's a well-respected business. Stop spreading lies about me. I also heard about the things you said about my clothes. You said it smelled like I live in a swamp and I haven't washed my clothes in months.
It's not like I was lying. Your clothes look like they're about to fall apart. You're probably too poor to afford laundry detergent. Do you have to wash your clothes in the toilet? Am I wrong?
Of course you are. My clothes look older because I buy them from a thrift store. I like vintage clothes.
Vintage? I'd rather die than wear clothes from a thrift store. Someone else's sweat in. You're gross.
Also, I know you took pictures of me pulling weeds in front of my house. You sent it to everyone in our grade and said I was shopping for dinner. Kids started putting grass on my desk after that.
They're just being nice. Did you thank them? You'll be able to feed your family for weeks.
Cut it out. Honestly, what's your problem? What have I ever done to you? Just leave me alone. If you do anything else to me, I'm gonna report you to the principal.
I guess today's the last day we're gonna see each other. My life's gonna be lonely without you.
I can't wait to never see you again.
What's with the attitude? Are you still salty from all those funny jokes I made? You're too sensitive.
You absolutely ruined high school for me. Everyone made fun of me for being poor.
I didn't make anyone do anything. They all have free will, don't they? Plus, they weren't wrong.
I don't want anything to do with you.
Man, you can't take a joke. Trust me, I never want to see you again either. Although, I would love for you to tell me all about when your uncle's company goes under. It's just a matter of time. On the other hand, I'll be making 6 figures right out of college and living an elite life. If you ask nicely, I'll let you shine my shoes in the subway for $1.
You have no idea how my life is going to go. I'm gonna live a way better life than you do, even if I don't make as much money.
Poor and stupid is a pretty brutal combination. You're one of those pathetic money doesn't buy happiness types of people, aren't you? We already live in completely different worlds, and after I graduate, we'll be in different galaxies. My kind does not associate with your kind. I don't think we'll ever cross paths again.
Yeah, thank God. I really hope so.
Never thought I'd see you again. I never expected to see you after high school. You looked like you saw a ghost. You were stuttering like Porky Pig.
Yeah, I never expected to see you either. It caught me off guard. Sorry I wasn't able to talk much. I was pretty busy.
Did you eventually go to college?
Right back into that, huh? No, I didn't.
So you're still just a high school graduate? It must really suck to be poor. There's gotta be something you can do, though. Why don't you try and check vending machines for quarters until you save up enough to go to college?
Yeah, maybe.
By the way, what was that outfit you had on? It looked like you found those clothes on the side of the highway. What were you covered in? Dirt? Ash? Have you resorted to sweeping chimneys? Seeing you like that reminded me of your clothes in high school. In fact, I thought you might have literally been wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, well, there's a reason I looked like that. So, anything you want to brag about? How's that elite life you imagined for yourself?
Of course, it's great. My first day at my new job is tomorrow. And how about you? Are you digging through garbage for cans these days? If you dance for me, I'll give you some spare change.
First day? Oh yeah, at my company, right?
What?
I've been so busy I completely forgot. I heard from the hiring manager that he had an interview with you. Didn't believe him at first, but then he showed me your resume.
What are you talking about? You must be lightheaded after all the exhaust you breathe in from sleeping at the bus stop. What do you mean, my company? You're the CEO, but you were covered in filth?
I was helping out at an art class down at the orphanage. It wouldn't make sense for me to wear a suit if I knew I was going to get dirty.
Don't try and pretend you didn't just wake up from behind a dumpster.
My company works closely with less fortunate children and children without homes. We provide mentoring and teach them fundamental life skills. Expressing themselves through art is one of them. Most of these children wouldn't have a creative outlet otherwise. Today's event was organized and run by our volunteers, so I wanted to head down and show my support too. The kids all worked together to make a huge landscape drawing with charcoal. It was really fun. That's why my clothes were so dirty.
What on earth could you possibly teach those kids? Do you know how stupid that sounds?
Well, you'll find out tomorrow. Since you know I own the company you start working for tomorrow.
I don't believe that for a second. You, the dirty poor kid who didn't go to college and went straight to work at his uncle's pathetic little company, is now a business owner?
My company is the result of my hard work at my uncle's pathetic little company. I built his company up into the one you'll be starting tomorrow.
No way. That's impossible. First of all, the names of the companies are completely different. Your uncle's company was like Thompson Inc. or some stupid name like that.
My uncle and I gave the new name a lot of consideration. He didn't have any children, so when he got sick, he decided to leave his business to me. With his blessing, I decided to take the company in a bit of a different direction. The first step to doing that was to change the name, which I did. You didn't check the company website before applying? You should see my profile and name as the owner of the company. I thought you applied here because of that purpose.
Checked the website, but I didn't see your name anywhere.
Maybe you should looked harder. There's a section called Message from the CEO that you can get to from the front page. Even so, if you did a quick Google search of the company, my picture would definitely come up. I guess you didn't research the company that much. Most people try to learn as much as they can about their new job before they start. It's fine, I guess. I did decide to hire you after all.
You didn't hire me.
Well, You're right. I do leave recruitment and hiring to the manager, but I always check every person he wants to bring on board. I heard all about your interview. You studied abroad for 2 years, right? He told me you're fluent in French. After you graduated, you went to a pretty prestigious graduate program. Once you finished that, you got hired at a global company and rose pretty quickly to the project manager. You were pretty popular with your women colleagues, huh? So much that all your male colleagues hated you. I heard all about it.
Yeah, I did say that. I thought the guy who was interviewing me would be impressed. Are you really the owner of this company?
How else would I know all of that? I have nothing to gain by lying about this. At this company, we welcome those who possess the skills to contribute to our growth. There's just one thing that's been on my mind about you. My business motto has always been extend a hand to those in need. That mentality is what I've based my entire company on. Despite you having every qualification to do this job, you look down on the very people I built this company to help. I'll be watching you very closely for the 3 months of your training. I'll be judging if you are mentally qualified to perform this job. Hello? Are you there? Jeremy, I can see you're reading my texts.
Yes, I'm here. I apologize for my late response.
You're polite all of a sudden. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know ahead of time I'll be monitoring your performance. Good luck tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Hello, Jeremy. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. I've heard from some of my staff about you. It doesn't sound like things are going well. Is there an issue?
No.
What kind of response is that? According to what I heard, the majority of your paperwork has been filled with errors. At your meeting with a client the other day, you called him buddy and really aggravated him. You copied a lot of sensitive company data onto a USB drive and then lost it. All of this is a bit contradictory to what I heard about you from your interview.
It's not actually what you think. Everyone makes mistakes when they start a new job.
You bragged about you and I being classmates, and you knew that would get you hired here. You knew that I ran this company, didn't you?
Of course, I did.
I heard you met Jean. Her parents are both from France, and she grew up speaking French. I heard that you couldn't even introduce yourself in French when she started speaking to you. By the way, I did some research on you.
What? What kind of research?
I actually know the CEO of the company you used to work at. I asked him all about your time there and what kind of worker you were. Man, he really talked my ear off. He told me you always lied about everything and blamed your mistakes on other people. Everyone in your office hated you. You fell into debt, and your bill collectors called up your job asking for you. He didn't really have anything good to say about you.
That's all lies. He was jealous of my potential and tried to ruin my career.
He also said you told them you went to grad school after college, just like you told us you did. You told him, too, that you spent 2 years studying abroad. But then when he found out you dropped out of college after 2 years, never even went to grad school and lied about studying abroad, you got into an argument. Not only that, you constantly lied to the company's clients, and it affected business. One huge client ended their contract with your former company, which cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars, all the while digging yourself further into personal debt to the point the bill collectors eventually showed up at your job. I'm guessing all those things combined led to you leaving the company. You forged all of your diplomas. You do know that's a serious crime, right? There's no company on earth that would stay silent about being given fake diplomas, us being one of them.
Hang on. This is all a misunderstanding. I can explain it all.
Lying isn't something new for you. I've known you were a serious liar ever since high school. One of our managers told me you aren't dressing professionally at all. Ever since high school. He said you came in with a hole in your pants and stains on your shirt. He told you to get new business attire, but you haven't listened to him. You always used to brag about your family being so rich. But seeing you now, I wonder if that was all a lie.
It's not a lie. I swear I was telling the truth about that.
You can't keep lying about everything. I know it's not true. I spoke with your mother.
What? How did you get her number?
You listed her as your emergency contact. I called the number you put down and it was your mother. She and I had a very long conversation. Man, you really played into that my whole family is rich card back in high school. You bragged to the entire school, but in reality you were pretty middle class according to your mom. Your mom said you lived a comfortable life, but you were by no means rich. That's not all she told me. Since you kept avoiding the debt collectors, they got in touch with your parents, and now they are the ones paying it back instead of you.
That stupid old woman. What gives her the right to talk about other people's business?
I've taken all of this information into consideration. You've already received multiple complaints from both our team members and our clients. You criminally falsified your education history. I've decided it's in our best interest not to move forward with you as an employee of this company. Your employment is officially terminated, effective immediately.
I refuse to accept that. That's power harassment.
I'm well within my right to end your employment, especially during your training period. It's written clearly in the terms you signed. Didn't you read them?
Just give me another chance. Okay? Please? We're childhood friends.
I already gave you a huge chance. Despite you bullying me and spreading rumors about me in high school, I decided to hire you based on your skills and put my personal feelings about you aside. You got your chance and you blew it.
You've got to reconsider. Don't fire me just yet. I'm still in so much debt. If I don't have a job, I can't pay it back. Do you have any idea how scary those debt collectors are?
I wish I didn't have to make this decision. However, I feel it would have been a matter of time before your lies seriously damaged this company, which is exactly what happened in your previous job. In times like this, I have to make tough decisions to avoid potential risks. That's the role of an employer.
I wasn't always a liar. Back when I was young, I just joked around. I joked about my family being rich, and it got people's attention, so I ran with it. It felt good to be liked. But before I knew it, I was lying about everything. I only kept it up to make a chance for myself in this harsh world.
You and I aren't much different. Neither of us had a lot of money growing up. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But lying to people for your own personal gain is one of the lowest things a person can do. It's even worse if people get hurt because of it.
I'm sorry for what I did to you back in high school. I see how successful you've become. I really admire you. You pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, just like I said you should.
Don't try to brown nose your way out of this.
Come on! You know what? Screw you. You think you're so much better than me because you run your own stupid company? You're just as obnoxious as you've always been.
Playing the offended victim?
I can't believe this. How could you, of all people, become so successful?
Because I didn't let the world get me down. I did what I had to do to get out of my situation and give myself a better life. While I was working my butt off, you were too busy thinking up your next lie instead of actually doing something to get yourself ahead in life. That's why such a drastic gap formed between the two of us. Like you said, we live in two different worlds. That's true now more than ever. And to use your own word, we're never going to cross paths ever again. The next day, Jeremy packed up all his stuff and left my company. He didn't leave quietly, though. He screamed about how I was nervous he'd take the company from me because of how gifted he was at business and that he was going to sue me for slander. Nobody even turned their heads as security escorted him out of the building. I think he should seek professional help for his compulsive lying. It's definitely not something that's going away on its own. Just as I imagined, it wasn't long before Jeremy was back at it again, trying to find another company to work for with the same fake diplomas and resume full of lies. But by then, he was pretty well known in the corporate world. Word got around about everything he'd done, which meant there wasn't a single company that called him in for an interview. All the while, his debt was reaching insurmountable levels. He ended up skipping town and practically vanished into thin air. I have no idea what happened to him even now. On the other hand, my business has been running better than ever. I truly believe we're making a difference in the world, especially with people who are less fortunate. My uncle believed in me when he gave me the chance to take over his company. I work hard every day to make him proud and to make the world a better place for those in need.